I'm so happy you're here today. Let's spend this time together learning something really useful and enjoyable. How to talk about your future plans and dreams in English. Everyone has hopes for the future, whether they're big goals like studying at a new school, traveling to a faraway country, starting a new career, or even simple, everyday dreams like learning to cook a new dish or spending more time outside. Being able to share these ideas in English is a wonderful skill. It will help you speak with more confidence and connect with other people in a natural way. As we go through this video together, we will look at different phrases and examples that you can use to talk about your plans and your dreams. Don't worry if some of these ideas feel a bit new at first. That's very normal. I'll speak slowly and clearly so that you can listen, repeat, and feel comfortable. Remember, practice is the key. The more you practice, the easier it will feel to talk about the future. You might already know some simple words like want, hope, or will, but we're going to build on that together. By the end of this video, you'll have a bigger set of words and phrases that you can use whenever you want to talk about what you'd like to do. Think of this as a friendly conversation where we help each other learn. If you feel like repeating after me, please do. The more you repeat the phrases, the more they will stay in your mind. And don't worry if you make a few mistakes as you practice. That's part of the process. Every time you try to speak, you're getting better. Even small steps count. What matters most is that you keep going and believe in yourself. I believe in you, and I know you can do this. So let's begin this journey together. We'll take it step by step, and by the end of this video, you'll feel more sure of yourself when you talk about your future. Let's move on to why this skill is so important and how it can help you every day. Why it's important to express future plans and dreams. When you talk about your future plans and dreams, you give people a way to understand you better. Imagine meeting a new friend and sharing what you want to do next. Maybe you want to visit a new place, learn a new skill, or change your job. And you can say these things clearly. You make a strong connection. It's like opening a door to your thoughts and letting someone come inside to see who you are. Talking about future plans also helps you stay focused on your goals. Every time you speak about your dreams, you remind yourself what you truly want. Even simple sentences like, I want to travel more, or I hope to improve my English, help you feel more sure of the path you want to take. Words are powerful, and when you say them aloud, they feel more real. And most importantly, when you practice saying these things in English, you grow more comfortable with the language. Every time you repeat phrases like, I plan to, or my dream is to, you make those words easier to remember. Little by little, they will become a natural part of your speaking. The more you do this, the more you will believe in yourself and your ability to speak about the future. So keep this in your heart as we continue. Talking about your plans and dreams is more than practice. It's a way to grow. It's a way to feel proud of yourself and to take another small but meaningful step on your language journey. Let's look at some helpful phrases that you can use to do this clearly and kindly. It's also very practical. Think about an interview for a new job, a conversation at school, or even a chat with your family. Being able to talk naturally about what you plan to do next or what you dream of doing one day will make you sound more confident and more fluent. And when you sound fluent, people will listen closely because they want to hear your story. Expressing your dreams is also a gentle way to show who you are inside. Everyone loves hearing someone talk about the future with hope. It brings a positive feeling to the conversation. Even if your dream is very small, like spending more time reading, going for walks, or learning a song, sharing it will make your listener smile. They might even feel inspired to share their dreams too. Common phrases and sentence starters. Now that you understand why it's so helpful to talk about your future plans and dreams, Let's look at some easy and natural phrases you can use. These phrases will help you feel more comfortable when you want to say what you plan to do or what you hope will happen. One very simple way to begin is with the phrase, I plan to. For example, you can say, I plan to take an English class, or I plan to visit my family next year. This is a clear and friendly way to tell someone what you have decided. If you want to sound more hopeful, you can use I hope to. For instance, I hope to make new friends, or I hope to find a better job. This phrase shows that you really want something and are looking forward to it. You can also say I want to, which is a very common and natural way to talk about your goals. For example, I want to improve my pronunciation, or I want to travel to a new country. It's very direct, but also very easy to understand. And remember, you can always add a short reason after the phrase. For example, I plan to read more books because I want to grow my vocabulary, or I'd like to travel because I want to see new places. Adding a reason will make your sentences sound even more natural and interesting. So take your time with these phrases. Don't worry if they seem a bit new right now. Every time you practice them, they will become easier. And once you're ready, we'll look at some everyday examples so you can see these phrases working together in real conversations. When you want to speak about your dreams in a softer, more gentle way, you can use I'd like to. This is a polite and kind expression. You might say, I'd like to live by the ocean, or I'd like to study more every day. It feels warm and personal. And then there's one day I want to, or someday I'd love to. These are very useful for sharing big dreams that might take more time. You can say, one day I want to speak English fluently, or someday I'd love to visit London. Phrases like these sound hopeful and positive. Each of these simple sentence starters can help you begin your thought. They give you a safe and clear path into talking about what matters to you. The best way to practice is to repeat them often. Say them aloud to yourself until they feel comfortable in your mouth. Examples of talking about future plans. You've just learned some helpful sentence starters, so now let's listen to a few real examples. This will help you hear what they sound like when someone talks naturally about their future plans. Imagine you have a friend named Sarah. Sarah is learning English too. If someone asks her about her future, she might say, I plan to take a cooking class this summer because I love trying new recipes. In this sentence, Sarah is sharing what she plans to do and also telling us why. This makes her words feel warm and real. Here's another example. Maybe your neighbor David loves music. If you ask him about his dreams, he could say, I hope to play the guitar better one day, so I practice every evening. You can hear that this sentence shares a plan for the future. David hopes to improve, and also a reason, because playing the guitar makes him happy. And remember, your future is important. Talking about your plans, big or small, is a wonderful way to practice your English. Let's look next at some examples that focus more on dreams, so you can practice speaking about the hopes that make you feel truly excited. Sometimes people talk about simple, everyday goals too. For instance, one person might say, I'd like to go for a walk every morning because it helps me feel calm. Another person might share, one day I'd love to visit my sister in Spain because we haven't seen each other in a long time. Even though these are small goals, they matter very much to the person who shares them. And it's okay if your goals are small too. You can say, I want to wake up earlier, or I plan to spend less time on my phone. These are simple but important plans, and they show that you care about making your daily life better. When you practice, say these kinds of sentences aloud. Pretend you are telling a friend. Speak slowly and clearly. If you feel unsure, listen again and repeat the examples a few times. Every time you do this, your English will sound smoother and more natural. Examples of talking about dreams. Now that we have looked at some simple examples of future plans, let's move on to dreams. Dreams often sound a bit bigger or more personal than everyday plans. They can make you smile when you talk about them. Even if they seem far away, sharing them in English is a beautiful way to practice. Imagine someone named Anna. Anna loves painting, so when someone asks her about her dreams, she might say, "My dream is to have my own art studio one day." When Anna says this, you can hear the hope and joy in her words. "My dream is to" is a gentle way to begin when you talk about something very close to your heart. Here's another example. Maybe your classmate Miguel loves nature and animals. If someone asks him what he hopes to do in the future, he could say, "Someday, I'd love to work at an animal sanctuary." The word "someday" makes the sentence feel hopeful and warm. Even though Miguel is not there yet, you can feel his happiness when he talks about it. And just like we did before, practice saying a few of these sentences slowly. Listen to your voice and feel proud of every word you speak. Even if it feels new at first, you will grow more confident the more you practice. Let's continue by putting everything together into a short practice talk about future plans and dreams. Let me know when you'd like me to continue. And let's not forget smaller dreams that make us happy too. Someone might say, "I've always wanted to travel by train across Europe." Or, "I'd love to speak English well enough to make new friends all over the world." Dreams like these don't need to be very big or difficult. They can simply come from the heart. When you practice, you can use different phrases too. You can say, "My dream is to," or "One day I want to," or even, "I've always wanted to." These kinds of sentences help you sound natural and kind. They show your listener that you care about your future and believe in yourself. The most important thing is to enjoy speaking these sentences. Don't worry too much about making them perfect. The more you repeat them, the smoother they will feel. And each time you do this, you're also telling yourself that your dreams matter. Talking about your dreams out loud is like making a promise to yourself, one that you can work toward, little by little. Putting it together. By now, you have learned many helpful phrases to talk about your future plans and your dreams. Let's take a moment to put everything together. This will help you practice making your own sentences and feel more comfortable when you speak. Imagine you want to share a few thoughts about your future. You can begin by using a simple plan like "I plan to," and then add a gentle dream with "One day I'd love to." For example, you might say, "I plan to take an English course next year because I want to speak better. One day, I'd love to travel to a country where I can practice my English every day." See how these sentences fit together. The first sentence talks about something you plan to do, and the second sentence adds a personal dream. And remember, you don't need to make your sentences very long. Even a few simple thoughts can sound beautiful when they come from your heart. The most important part is to speak clearly and enjoy the process. The more you do this, the more these phrases will become part of your everyday speech. As you keep putting your plans and dreams together like this, you will grow more fluent. Little by little, you will feel more sure of your words. Let's look at one more gentle reminder before we finish this video. A short review to help you keep practicing every day. You can also connect ideas using the phrase, "and I also hope to," or "and someday I want to." These small words will help you join one thought to the next. For example, you might say, "I plan to read more books in English, and I also hope to make new friends from other countries. Someday I want to visit their hometowns and see their favorite places." When you do this, you are telling a full, clear story about your future. It can help to speak in a slow and natural rhythm. Think about one plan at a time, then add one dream after it. Take a breath between each thought so that you don't feel rushed. You can practice this kind of short talk every day, when you walk outside, when you wait for the bus, or when you drink your morning tea. As we come to the end of this video, let's take a quiet moment to remember what we practiced together. You learned how to talk about your future plans with clear, simple phrases like "I plan to" and "I hope to," and you also learned how to share your dreams with gentle, hopeful expressions like "My dream is to" and "One day I'd love to." Every time you say these kinds of sentences aloud, you take one more small step toward feeling confident in your English. It's very important to practice these phrases often. You don't need to wait for a big conversation. You can practice when you are alone, when you take a walk, or even when you look in the mirror. Say 1 or 2 sentences at a time, slowly and calmly. Give yourself a few moments to repeat them and listen to how the words sound. With each practice, you will notice that they feel more natural. That's a sign that you are making real progress. And remember, your future plans and dreams are special. They matter to you, and they matter to the people who listen to you too. When you speak with honesty and warmth, even very simple words can touch someone's heart. Being able to talk about your hopes and goals will help you connect with people and feel proud of your English. I believe in you, and I know that every day you practice, you will grow more sure of yourself. Be gentle with yourself and never give up, even when it feels hard. Keep repeating these phrases, keep listening, and keep sharing your thoughts. One day you will look back and feel amazed at how far you have come. So thank you for spending this time learning with me. Keep practicing every day, trust yourself, and enjoy the process. Your future is waiting for you, and with patience and practice, you'll speak about it with ease.